The divorce was surprisingly quick. There wasn't much left to argue over. The marriage itself had been built on deception, and once the evidence surfaced, every conversation became less about saving a relationship and more about untangling years of carefully constructed lies. I attended hearings that felt strangely unreal. Listening to lawyers summarize 5 years of my life into neat legal language was almost insulting. Undisclosed assets, marital misrepresentation, financial deception. Words that sounded clinical. Words that somehow failed to capture birthdays, anniversaries, Christmas mornings, hospital visits, and thousands of ordinary evenings that I had believed were real. The identity fraud investigation continued long after the divorce papers were signed. There were questions about financial records, undisclosed accounts, forged signatures, and inconsistencies that stretched back years. Investigators explained that unraveling everything could take months, maybe longer. By then, I had stopped waiting for satisfying answers. Some questions don't heal you when they're answered. They simply hurt in greater detail. The money was gone. Most of it had disappeared into another household before I even knew that household existed. There would be no miraculous recovery. No hidden account waiting to be uncovered. No court order capable of restoring 5 years of disciplined saving. The dream house we'd spent evenings designing together would never be ours. The nursery we'd planned in the spare bedroom would remain an empty sketch in an old notebook. The vacations we'd postponed. The holidays we'd skipped. The weekends I'd worked overtime instead of resting. None of them could be reclaimed. Time has no refund policy. Neither does trust. I eventually met the other husband again. Not in a courtroom. Not through investigators. Just two exhausted men sitting across from each other in a quiet cafe, connected by a story neither of us would have believed if someone else had told it. For a long time, neither of us spoke. There wasn't much left to say. He had lost years. So had I. He had missed birthdays with children because he thought he was providing for them. I had postponed becoming a father because I believed we couldn't afford it yet. He mourned the family he thought he understood. I mourned the family I never actually had. Neither of us won. People sometimes expect stories like this to end with someone standing victorious. There wasn't one. There were only two ordinary men trying to understand how the same person had convinced each of us that we were her entire world. Oddly enough, our conversations became part of the healing neither